Hi everyone, so this is my first Christmas look of 2015. I really didn't have a plan for this. I didn't know what I was doing, so I was kind of just winging it as I was going along, and it actually worked out pretty well. So if you want to know how to get this look, then please keep watching. So getting started, I'm just using my Nivea lip butter as usual, just to moisturise my lips, and then I'm going to take the Chanel primer and just put that all over my face for a nice dewy look through my foundation, as this is an illuminating primer. Using the Makeup Forever HD foundation in the shade N125, just dotting that all over my face, you've seen it before, and then blending that out with the Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm now taking these two concealers. One is the MAC Prep and Prime Concealer in the shade Light Boost, and the other is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Medium Custard. I'm putting that all in usual areas, so down the centre of my face and under my eyes. I put the NARS one on first because that kind of conceals a lot more because it's thicker, and then the Light Boost on top as it's yellow and more brightening. I'm then blending that out with my beauty blender. As you can see, I'm just using pouncing motions, bouncing this over my face. I'm not rubbing it, as if I rub it, it will probably just take away the product, it will just come off my face. So if you bounce it into the skin, that's when you're going to get more of an effect. So now we're on to brows, and I'm just brushing them through with a spoolie and then taking my Brow This Way by Rimmel, the powder smash, but I use the other side, the wax, with this brush. It's kind of thin and angled. So I map out my eyebrows around the outside with this first, and I kind of fill in the tail and slightly fill in the front. You'll see what I'm doing. So to fill in the beginning of my brow, I dip the brush in the pan like once. I don't apply a lot of product, and then I flick the product through from the bottom to the top, so quite like gently, and then I'll brush through them again so that they're nicely blended, and go in with a colour from this palette that kind of matched the last colour in the other palette because that one smashed like all over the place and I was really upset. Anyway, yeah, so I'll just fill in the bulk of my brows with that, and then clean my brows up with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and a small brush. I'm then blending all of those concealer lines out with my beauty blender because that's not a good look if you can see them. And then I'm going to take my Natural Set Loose Powder by Ben Nye and set all of my creams and liquids that I put onto my face. I'm tapping out under my eyes and then quickly applying the powder just so that my concealer doesn't crease into the like wrinkles under my eyes. I'm also doing that on my eyelids because, again, the same reason, and eyelids tend to oil up a lot during the day, so if you keep them nice and powdered, that won't then happen and your eyeshadow won't crease and blah blah blah. I'm now taking my MAC Fluffy blending brush and my Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just taking this colour here. They don't have names, so I'm just going to have to like point at them and stuff. And this is just going to be my transition colour. I've said before that a transition colour really helps to blend out eyeshadows through the crease and on the lid. So if you are struggling to blend out eyeshadow and you struggle with eyeshadow in general, always, always, always apply a transition colour beforehand. So a couple of shades darker than your skin tone will be fine. Then I'm taking this Body Shop eyeliner, and it's in the shade Vibrant Emerald, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And this is such a lovely base because it's kind of tacky, and the eyeshadows will then stick to that and then be really, really pigmented and bright. Then I'm taking this darker shade, a bit darker than my transition colour, and I'm just blending that colour through my crease. And I'm using the 217 brush by MAC to do this. I'm just using backward and forward motions, kind of like a windscreen wiper. And small circular motions as well, because I really want to get this colour blended through my crease, because I do not want a harsh line from my lid colour to my crease colour, if you see what I'm saying. So keep blending. It is a bit time consuming, but yeah, just keep going. And then going in with a darker colour, and then taking, like, doing the exact same thing again, taking this into my crease and just slowly building up that colour in my crease, because I don't want to go in with a really, really dark brown and going all guns blazing and then by the end of it not being able to blend it all out. So yeah, keep blending. If you think you're finished blending, you're not, so just keep going. And then doing the exact same thing to the other side. This is just it all again. I'm now blending all the edges away with this brush by Crown. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I'll link it in the box below. Make sure you check the box below because I do put a lot of stuff in there, so yeah, you can see any answers to your questions in that box. So yeah, just blending out all of those edges and then taking my MAC 224 fluffy brush and taking this kind of burgundy-ish brown colour. It's got a lot of red to it, but I'm just blending that through the crease. Make sure you also go all the way to the inner corner. In this look, I really want to have depth all the way round from the outer corner to the inner corner. So just keep blending that in backwards and forwards motions and small circular motions. I'm now taking my MAC 282 SE brush and I am also using eye drops just to dampen my brush and get the pigment of this green colour really vibrant and bold. I'm using this flat synthetic brush because it makes applying wet eyeshadows a lot easier. So I'm just packing that all over my lid. Now I'm taking that same purplish brown shade and this MAC 286 SE brush and I'm just focusing that right in the crease. This is why I love this brush, because it's tapered, so it really, really works well for focusing right in the socket of the eye. I also zoomed you in a little bit because I thought you were a bit far away, so yeah. Now I'm taking that same shade and a crown pencil brush, and I'm just putting that all along my lower lash line. I'm connecting it from the end of my eye and then dragging it all the way round to meet my inner corner. This is a really good trick as well if you want to cover up any lines under your eyes. You can just take the eyeshadow a bit further down on your lower lash line and yeah, your lines will be covered up. So I'm just blending all of those edges out with a brush from Crown, and then I'm going to take this shade here. It's kind of like a shimmery golden shade, and the footage of this wasn't very good, so sorry about that, but I'm just putting that in my inner corner and blending that 1/3 of the way in on my lower lash line, if you get what I'm saying. I'm then taking that pencil brush again and just blending that out. Then I'm taking this eyeliner by YSL and applying that to my top waterline. Then I'm going to apply it to my upper lash line, just roughly, because I'm going to blend it out with a pencil brush in a minute. So to create this smoky liner, I'm going to apply the line from the corner of my eye towards my brow if they were going to meet. Then I'm going to smudge out that pencil liner that we just applied to the top lash line. And then we're going to connect the line that we've just made with the liquid liner and attach that to the smoky pencil liner that we've just smoked out. So it sounds really, really confusing, but it's easier to watch it to understand it, if you see what I'm saying. The liquid eyeliner that I used is the L'Oreal Superliner, but as always, all products and information will be in the box below, so definitely check that out because I do spend a lot of time creating that box so that any questions that you have are answered right there for you. So I'm just creating that line again. I'm connecting it and then smoking it out with the pencil brush. It's kind of a back and forward situation, so you apply something and then you smoke it out, and then you apply a little bit more like I'm doing here, and then you smoke it out a little bit more. It's kind of getting that balance between definition of the winged liner and the smokiness that comes off of it. Now I'm just taking the excess product that was left on the pencil brush. I'm just running that in my lower lash line just to create a little bit of darkness so that it kind of matches with the lid. Then I'm taking that clean blending brush again and just blending that all out. And then I'm going to apply my lashes. So the ones I'm using are the 118s by Eyeliner. Then I'm using the Duo Lash Glue and applying a thinnish layer of glue right across the lash band. Then I'm waving it around for 40 seconds and blowing it so that the glue gets tacky, and that means that it's getting a bit drier so that it doesn't just slide around on your eye when you put the lash on. So I apply the lash to the middle of my eye. Then I secure the end of the lash, push down through the middle, and then secure the other end of the lash. I'm then covering up the lash glue with some liquid eyeliner. I then apply mascara to my top and bottom lashes, and I also apply that YSL pencil liner on my lower waterline. I'm taking the Bourjois bronzer and just a brush I got off of eBay, and I'm just applying that to my cheeks, my forehead, my chin, my jaw, and down the sides of my nose. And I like to layer bronzers for some strange reason, so I'm taking this Autograph bronzer in the shade Light Medium, and Autograph is actually the Marks & Spencer's makeup line, and if you haven't had a chance to dabble in their makeup, I would definitely recommend you do. Now moving on to blusher, and I'm taking this angled brush by Crown, and my Max Factor blush in the shade Nude Mauve. It had broken all over the place and smashed, but I love the colour, so I really wanted to use it. It's a really subtle, obviously mauve shade, but yeah, I'm just bouncing that on my cheeks. Then I'm on to highlight, which is obviously my favourite part if you haven't guessed already. I'm taking my Soft and Gentle and then this Real Techniques Bold Metals brush. I apply that on the tops of my cheekbones, down my nose, on my chin, on my forehead, anywhere really. I bake myself in this highlighter. So now we're moving on to lips, and I'm just going to line my lips with the MAC Brick Lip Liner. I just line all the way around my lips and fill them in as well. I think it looks so weird when you've got one lip filled in and the other one isn't. I'm now filling in my lips with the Maybelline lipstick in the shade Devine Wine. This is a matte lipstick, but it doesn't actually come off too matte, but I still love the colour, so I don't mind. So to finish, I'm just scraping my hair back for more of a sleek look, and that is the final outcome. I really hope that you enjoyed it. As I said, greens are the way to go this year. I think it would look insane on brown eyes. I've got green eyes, so it kind of doesn't really do the colour justice, but on brown eyes it would look incredible. So if you've got brown eyes, defo go for a green smoky eye. So yeah, you can follow me on my social media accounts. My Instagram is Kate's Beauty Cult and my Twitter is CaitlynScales12. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. And if you have any video suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.